The chair calls Lori Kirkendall and Kristen Bentley. Chair calls Lori Kirkendall, Kristen Bentley.
Good morning. My name is Lori Kirkendall. Thank you, Senator Hughes, for inviting me to address this committee on Senate Bill 1072. This important bill brings several needed amendments that I will address individually. I hold a degree in health education from A&M and a master's degree in public health, serving as president of Beacon Health Education Resources, and I've worked with Texas schools since 1995. I currently work consulting with school administrators and training shacks, school health advisory councils on the new health TEKS and related legislative statutes for health and sex education. Shacks were first established and required for all school districts in 1995. Texas Education Code 28.004 gives specific direction for the makeup and function of shacks as an advisory committees to their respective boards of trustees. Their main purpose is to ensure the local community values are reflected in health education, including human sexuality instruction. As I have testified previously to this committee, across the more than 1,000 Texas school districts, shacks look very different. They are literally all over the map. Some districts don't have a working shack, or the shack they have is not compliant in membership nor in function. This past year, shacks faced several challenges. The new health TEKS, which require full curriculum review in nearly every district, new adoption, also new shack requirements from the last session as referenced, and especially the new opt-in requirement. Both were amended in this 28004. This bill, further amending the subsection, is needed to help add eyes and teeth to these laws, which previously did not have sufficient monitoring nor enforcement mechanisms in place, without which they are merely suggestions left to the local district lawyers to interpret and determine if and how their district will abide by them. The first part of the bill amends Section 12.104B and specifies that open enrollment charter schools must establish a shack in accordance with 28004. This is important for charter schools for all the same ways it's important for public schools. Charter schools will have an added complexity as they are often spread across different regions, but a local shack recommending in their defined area will help protect both the students and the schools. Next come several needed amendments for Section C9 and subsection R. The Board of Trustees can approve and or give the shack authority to determine policies, procedures, and circumstances in which a school district employee may discuss matters of human sexuality with students, and also in which a campus may host an extracurricular event related to human sexuality. Parents must be notified of these board-adopted policies at the beginning of each year. With regards to school employees not discussing matters of human sexuality with students, I think it's clear why this is an important safeguard for both students and the teachers and the schools. A simple Google search of Texas teacher sexual misconduct shows a recent rise in these concerning events. The bill limits these discussions to class designed and approved by the board to provide the instruction, which should then be in compliance with the other sections of this law and the health TEKS. With regards to extracurricular events related to human sexuality, campuses are prohibited from hosting such an event unless the board adopts a specific policy allowing them to do so. And then the final provision of this bill is what I consider most important. The legislation would give the Attorney General or appropriate district or county attorney who believes a district has violated or is violating this section, gives them the authority to grant a temporary restraining order or a temporary or permanent injunction. This provides new teeth to these important laws, which has not been there previously. Previously, the responsibility of enforcement was on parents to file grievances with the districts, and those may or may not bring their desired resolution. I'm guessing you've all heard of shacks in your areas not complying with these laws and the ensuing local debates over health and sex education. A few examples are shack memberships not being a majority of parents, or shacks not being conducted openly with audio and video recording as required, or districts selecting curriculum without public input. Curriculum doesn't align with the new TEKS or contradicts the law. You may have heard in Fort Worth ISD purchasing $2.6 million of new sex education curriculum that didn't follow these laws. That curriculum has now been suspended while the district retraces its step. Dallas ISD had multiple issues with their shack procedures and ended up selecting a curriculum that doesn't comply with these laws nor with the TEKS. And there are many other examples. I produce a district compliance chart for 28004. Would be happy to share that with you all and happy to answer any questions. Districts need help in coming into compliance with these important areas, and this bill strengthens that help. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions?